You might be surprised to learn how big the all-electric car market in the UK already is. At the high end, there are several versions of the Tesla Model S, and at the bottom end, you've got tiny little cars like the Renault Twizy. In the middle sits this, the BMW i3. It may share the same futuristic concept car design as its bigger brother, the i8, but where that car proved that an environmentally friendly sports car is possible, the i3's job is much more important. It's to prove to us that cars for the rest of us can also be environmentally friendly. Start with the design of this thing. It's, well, bold, I think might be the word. It's futuristic, I don't want to call it ugly, but it's unlike anything else that I've seen before. It's all sharp lines and angles and creases, and it's certainly different. The i3 is being marketed as quite a small city car, but in reality it's actually quite large. It's very tall and quite a wide cabin. Open the front doors there, then you get to the handle for the rear door, which is on the inside, and that opens backwards. That first seems like a really good idea, easy to get in and out of, but you can't open the back door without opening the front door, and the back door has the driver's seatbelt on it, so you can't really drop people off in traffic or pick someone up quickly outside the shops. So the interior of the i3 then, it's as futuristic and as wacky as the outside. Got a great big slab of wood here and a bit more on the other side. Couple of screens, no conventional dials at all. A lot of the switch gears recognised with the BMW. We've got the iDrive, which we saw in the i8, and all the stereo and the heater controls are all as they should be. There's a lot of recycled material in here. Some of it's fine, some of it I really don't like. The doors are covered in this, I'm not really sure what it is, it's sort of some kind of recycled plastic. It's not particularly nice, and the whole dash there is covered in it as well. It feels quite cheap. Some of the plastics in here are a little bit scratchy. Perhaps not what you'd expect from a BMW, and also not what you'd expect from a car that's, if you tick every option, is £45,000. It starts at 25, but the options list is quite long. So the BMW i3 then, it's unusual on the outside, it's unusual on the inside, and it's unusual to drive as well. It being an electric car, of course, it's completely silent, no gears to worry about, and surprisingly quick off the line. 0 to 60 in just over 7 seconds, makes it quite a lot quicker than other cars this size. Once you're going, yep, it feels like any other automatic car, but the brake regen system, it's the same as what you have in the Tesla. When you let off the accelerator, the car slows quite firmly, as if you're braking. In fact, the brake lights do come on in some instances. And in doing so, the energy gathered there goes back into the battery. It's a really weird sensation the first time it happens, and it really does feel like you're braking. And it doesn't just do it initially; it does it constantly until the car comes to a stop, which it can do completely on its own. It's a really weird system. It takes a lot getting used to, and your passengers probably won't thank you for it because it gives them a bit of an unpleasant ride. However, once you got used to it, it's fine. I think I've probably used the brake pedal 6-7 times today. The car stops itself. Even when someone pulls out on you or when you need to come off the motorway, it's quite a smart system.
But no matter how smart the i3 is at recharging itself, you will eventually need to stop and plug it in, and that, sadly, is where the problems began.
So when we set out this morning, I didn't really want to have to film a piece like this, but the reality is we've got to a charger and it's not working. We set up an account with the Charge Your Car company this morning. We found a charger, we drove to it, and it doesn't work. We called the helpline, they've tried a few things, spent about 10 minutes talking to the guy. They've said that an engineer is going to have to come and open this up and flick a switch, because he said it's probably tripped. We would use another charger here, but this supermarket has put them next to the disabled bays. So if you're disabled, you can park here and stop people charging their cars. We've got about 20 miles of range left. We've been told that there is another charger in the next town, so we're going to go there now and hopefully it'll be working.
Fortunately, another charger was found, and after an hour of free charging, the i3 had an extra 20 miles of range.
Driving the i3 does feel a little bit like a game. When you're driving along, the display in front shows how much power you're using and then how much power you're harvesting when you let off the accelerator. And you can see your range going up and down accordingly. You can get your range to go back up. If you coast for a while, it might add another mile or so onto what's available in the battery. And I've got to be honest, range anxiety is still very much present. This is the model without the petrol engine. They do sell a range extender version. It has a petrol engine which acts as a generator, gives you about another extra 100 miles. Doesn't drive the wheels, just powers the battery. This doesn't have that, so we're limited to about 80 miles from a full charge. And it seems to deplete at about the right amount, but it's always in the back of my mind. I'm driving along now, I've got 27 miles of charge left, and that doesn't feel like much. We've only got 5 until I'm getting to my destination, but it's an uncomfortable feeling to not know exactly when I'm going to be able to recharge. Will I be able to park by my house and plug in there? Will I have to go and find a charger somewhere? Will there be space when I get there? Will it be working? As we found out earlier, some of them aren't working, or some of them are taken up by people parked and who aren't charging. It's early days for electric cars though. These problems now will go away in the future, but as much as the manufacturers want to tell you range anxiety isn't a thing, I'm afraid it still is for now. If you're going to buy one of these, absolutely pay the extra, I think it's £3,000 or £4,000, and get the range extender version.
Do that, and you'll have a car which is great fun for nipping around town, can carry 4 adults with ease, and costs nothing to run. The electric car is certainly here, but the day chargers are as common and reliable as petrol stations is still a long way away.